Hey everyone, before we begin the next video, I just wanted to give a very special thanks for the positive reception to the previous video, and I can't believe it's already almost at 300 views after 3 days. This has literally never happened to me, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed it so much. But before I go back and do another movie analysis / review, I decided to do something a lot more low-key, a lot more relaxing. It's something I haven't really done before, but I kind of wanted to do it. I kept pushing it off for so long. It's been like a year and a half. I said, I'll do this on a rainy day, and whenever a rainy day came around, well, I always had something to do. But now, since I'm doing it on camera, it means I have no excuse not to do this. But we're going to be unboxing and basically building this little sucker. I haven't actually collected Legos in quite some time, but I got this as a gift, so I figured, hey, might as well build it. I mean, it's pretty small. It's only 85 pieces, and in my experience, the smaller ones are kind of relaxing to build. You don't have to stress about anything. You don't have to stress, oh, is there a missing piece? Oh, I'm missing this. And you can build this like within half an hour, so it's really not an issue. And I know, I'm stalling. I probably shouldn't be, but I don't know. I've just never done something like this before, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Anyway, on to the build. Okay, we got our little studio set up. Hopefully this should be big enough for what we're going to be doing, because again, as I said, it is pretty small, but here's the main box. Yeah, nothing really too big. I haven't actually gotten a Star Wars set in a long time, and I've never actually had a Boba Fett, believe it or not. If you couldn't tell, this is based off the Mandalorian Season 2 Boba Fett with the black armor, which, you know, is kind of cool that I assume you can get this at a cheap price. I don't actually know how much this costs, but probably shouldn't be that expensive. Anyway, let's just stop stalling and actually open this sucker up. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we can just chuck the box aside. And this is basically what we've ended up with. Just 3 very tiny bags and one very bizarre looking instruction manual, which I've never seen anything like before. I'll just keep this on the side here because I do not want it to obstruct the view. And since there's no numbered bags, we can just open this up. That's bag 1. Alrighty, here is bag number 2. Alright, and now we have bag number 3. And that's basically everything we need. So the instructions just say to build Boba Fett first, which is going to be kind of cool because I've never had him. Alright, we got the body. We got the head, we got the helmet. All we need now is just the leg, the jetpack, and he also comes with a blaster. Okay. Oh, yeah, probably should put on the jetpack first. Alrighty. Looking quite good. I do actually really like this design. It's like so incredibly detailed. Oh, that's actually really cool. I've never had anything like that. I'll set it aside for now. And now I'm going to be assembling his blaster, which is literally 2 pieces and just kind of looks like this. Nothing too special, but it works. And I assume when you put it with the Boba Fett, it should look pretty cool. Ah, yeah, that's what we want. That looks really cool. That's the money shot right there. So we'll just set him aside for now. And now we're actually going to be building his little spaceship. All right, let's see if I can find the right pieces and not make a fool of myself. Okay. So we have that. Next thing we need to do is put that on like that. I don't know if anyone actually really cares, but I haven't really been a fan of much of the new Star Wars stuff recently. It's just not been to my taste. Mandalorian Season 1 and 2, I quite enjoyed. I tried watching Season 3, but it really didn't click for me. I don't know. Maybe they brought in new writers or something, but it feels so redundant because it felt like the main story was kind of wrapped up, and I gave up around episode 3. I don't know. You guys can tell me about that in the comments, but it's really just not hitting for me. In general, a lot of the Star Wars stuff I haven't been enjoying, not just with Mandalorian, but I mean, who knows, maybe it will get better. Because I remember watching the new Star Wars movie, Episode 7, in the movie theaters. I'd never done that. And I just got such an exhilarating rush because it was for my birthday. And I remember having such a positive experience for it, and I was so excited to be watching the rest of this trilogy. But after coming out of Episode 8, it was just kind of like, I don't know, not too good. Like, there's things I like in Episode 8, but it really didn't hit the same. It felt like they didn't really go anywhere with it. And then after coming out of Episode 9, which I was really hoping would be good, I was just so disappointed. Like, to an unbelievable degree. But I actually did make an Episode 9 review for, like, the Rise of Skywalker. But once I finished it, I just said, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to post this. I just don't feel like I'm in the mood for it, which is kind of disappointing because a lot of people were like, oh, this thing is going to suck, but I was never really of that mindset, because you want everything to be good, but that's just not the reality of life. Some stuff is going to be good, some stuff is going to be bad. All right, next thing we're going to do, judging by the instructions, we're going to take this and then put that here. And I apologize if this isn't very aesthetically pleasing, because I'm having to look at the manual, which is off camera, while at the same time looking through the camera lens to just kind of have to get this done, which I've never done before. But I hope you at least enjoy this and you enjoy the discussion. All right. Yeah, as I told you, the thing is coming along nicely. I also had one for Han Solo many years ago. I think it was like 11 years ago. And I got it as a gift for Christmas, and I really, really enjoyed it. I have it somewhere. I'll try to find it at the end of the video and maybe put a picture of it on screen. But if I don't, I did have one of those a long time ago, and everyone likes Han Solo. Who doesn't? Harrison Ford is just like such an amazing actor. Okay. And of course, Harrison Ford has done stuff not just for Star Wars. He's been in a bunch of other stuff. I mean, who doesn't love him as Indiana Jones? He was absolutely one of the best trilogies of all time, which of course was ruined by a fourth and fifth movie, one of them by Disney and one of them not by Disney, but it was the same outcome regardless. They just weren't particularly good. Which I also saw Indiana Jones 5 last year, but then I said, it's not really worth my time to review it, so I just didn't. But I mean, at least we'll always have the first 3 movies to look back on, and that's something that they'll never be able to take from us. Well, I mean, theoretically, they could take it off streaming services, but that's the beauty of physical media. You can't barge into someone's house and take it, which is why I will always advocate for it, and you should too. If you have something like a movie or even a personal home video you made a long time ago, keep a physical copy of it, because you never know what might happen. All right, we got to set that aside for now. We're going to be building a separate section. But yeah, as I was saying, if you own a movie or your own personal movie, keep it, because you never know what might happen. If something happens to the digital copy, at least you'll always have a physical one to be able to watch. I mean, with so many stuff being taken off streaming services or being moved to other streaming services, it's just such a hassle. It's like, I might as well just own the physical copy. Now, it doesn't mean you own the you're going to go out and buy every single thing you see, obviously. But every once in a while, you can treat yourself. I mean, even now, I don't really collect as many movies as I do before, but every once in a while, every like 4 or 5 months, if I see something that's on sale, I will say to myself, you know what? Oh yeah, this is just not clicking. Okay, now it's clicking. If it's something's on sale and it's a movie I like or it's a movie I want to watch, I will buy it. But again, that's only very seldom, every couple of months. Okay, that looks pretty darn good. We're almost done, just a few more pieces. And again, this is actually going by very fast, which I am not entirely shocked by, but it's going by a lot faster than I initially thought. Okay. And by the end of this, I think we should have just a couple of extra pieces. Not entirely sure. Okay, now we need to build another sub-assembly. And we need to use this piece and we need to use this piece. Put them together. We take this. Okay. Alrighty, yeah. This is definitely coming along nicely. I guess one of the things about these little micro builds is that if you don't have the money to purchase like the full-scale ones, this does act as a pretty nice alternative, and it does come with a pretty cool figure, if I'm being honest. Because again, I've never actually had Boba Fett despite collecting Star Wars for some time. Well, I say some time, but I kind of stopped some time ago. Alright, now we need to put these little stuff together. Okay. Okay. Push. There we go. Also, this might be a slight hot take, but I feel like we've gotten to a point where the original Star Wars is unfortunately quite underrated. I didn't even think that was like going to be possible, but nowadays I see so much love for like episode 3, which I admit I like Revenge of the Sith. I think it's a lot of people's favorite from the prequel trilogy, which the first one I think is okay. Like, it's not great, but I don't think it's terrible. Episode 2, I just straight up do not like. For one reason, I don't know. Every time I watch it, I'm just like bored to tears. But with episode 3, I actually do find quite a bit of enjoyment in it, which a lot of it comes down to just the... I know this is going to sound weird, but a lot of it is actually the acting and the directing, which is probably one of the most despised parts of that movie, but I quite like it. Okay, and Hayden Christensen actually does do quite a good job in that movie, even though people just shit on his performance for years, which, I mean, you gotta think at some point it's not his fault. Especially with episode 2, when he says I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it just gets everywhere. I mean, it's a meme-worthy line, but, I mean, it's not his fault he had to say that. He didn't come up with that line, so. Okay. Okay. There it is. That looks very nice. And as I guessed, we have a very tiny handful of extra pieces. And there we have it. The Lego Boba Fett Microfighter. I think it actually looks quite cool. I'll get this to focus. Yeah, that looks actually quite cool. And he has arm printing, which for these little micro sets, I've never actually seen before, but it does look quite good. And then as for the ship itself, again, I said it's a great alternative build. I don't actually own the full-size version of this ship. So just to even own this very tiny version, I think it's actually quite cool. And if you couldn't tell, these are actually little missiles that you can flick off. Hang on. And then the second one, I'll turn it around so you can get a better view. That one was a little worse, but you get the gist. And it even has like a tiny recreation of little jet engines at the back, which is kind of cool. And, oh, you can even turn the wings. I don't actually know the position of this. I know I'm a fake Star Wars fan, but I assume it's probably supposed to go like this. Yeah, I am like 90% sure that's how it's supposed to look. So again, I just want to thank you guys for sticking around and watching me build this tiny little ship. I had quite a bit of fun doing this, and I hope you guys got some enjoyment out of this. So if you like this video, maybe give it a thumbs up, and comment down below what your favorite Star Wars movie is. For me, it's personally Empire Strikes Back, and I think after that, Episode 4 and then Episode 6. I know I'm very basic, but I think those are just the best three. And also let me know if you have a favorite Star Wars character. A lot of people do like Boba Fett, but after his show, he became kind of a wimp. So thanks for that, Disney. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, have a good day, and goodbye.